So guys, I decided to do this video on the Duelsense Edge and whether or not it is worth buying over other controllers. So on the right we have a standard Duelsense, and on the left we have a Duelsense Edge. So the Duelsense Edge, it has a lot of advantages over the standard one. One being the removable thumbsticks and the mappable buttons on the back, and also the fact that you can customize each and every button to suit your needs, and I'll demonstrate that in the video. But pretty much I can make my D-pad the exact same buttons as these. I can copy them over there and I can make the D-pad buttons there. So if you say you're left-handed and you want to swap it, you can do that. But I'm pretty sure even left-handed people are used to the standard versions of a controller. So I'm just gonna keep them upside down like this for now, just to show you all the differences. So on the Duelsense Edge we got trigger stops. We got no trigger stops on the standard one. We also got a release switch here that can that opens this case at the bottom to swap out your thumbsticks. So when you first get a Duelsense Edge, it's gonna prompt you to create new profiles. So I got the first one will always be a default one. The second one will be your most played game, mine being Fortnite, so I made Fortnite mine. Then my wife made Last of Us. That's why it's a temporary one, because when she's done with it, she's not gonna touch it again. Then COD is for me. So there you can see all of my swapped buttons for COD over there, and my trigger stops and all of that. But for example, let's go to create a custom one. So I'm gonna we'll call it YouTube. There's it right on the top. Okay. And this one we're gonna go mad with it. So let's customize buttons. Let's go over here to, let's change L2 to X, right? And then we can change R2 to circle. Yeah, I know this is a curse setup, but anyway, we're resetting that because I can't have that. Now let's go to sticks dead zones. So my stick is looking funny. It was like that from the day I got it, but overall it does that, but there's no stick drift with it. Like actually, like I'm busy tapping it, that's why it's like that. It's very sensitive. And if there is stick drift, all I need to do is go here, press X, and then I can make it as big as I want. So okay, 12% is even a little much for, even if you have bad stick drift, 12% is a lot. But that's a benefit of this controller. It shouldn't have stick drift in my opinion. It's such an expensive controller that I feel the fact that it's not TMR sticks from factory and they make you swap your sticks yourself to get TMRs, there should be a factory option. Like what's the point swapping out your thumbsticks when they get stick drift when the price of the controller is so expensive? I'm pretty sure you can get a cheaper modded controller for the price of the Duelsense Edge, but just having the customizable buttons, I say, makes the Duelsense Edge the best controller on the market. There's no other controller that allows you to do that from the PlayStation itself. Like there is mods and stuff that you can do, but I don't think many people are willing to go ahead and like drop a lot of money on a non-factory controller like that. So if you carry on past there, let's actually go back to Fortnite, or let's go to COD, because I have the most adjusted settings there. So you also the stick sensitivity and the dead zones. Let's go to trigger dead zone. So as you can see, right, I'm gonna put the controller here, and just for example, okay, my trigger stop is set to the shortest draw, which would be there, right? That's the shortest draw. But if I put it to the longest draw, then it goes all the way to the bottom. But it'll always stop right there dead center, so the game doesn't register it as a full draw. It'll always be a half draw. The half draw will kind of act as a full draw, if you get what I'm saying. It's a bit complicated, but I tend not to mess with this. COD is the only thing that I noticed there being a big difference, so you can copy my settings if you want, but I am not the biggest COD player. The vibration intensity and trigger effect, I just keep them on standard, and this is exactly the same like the Duelsense the normal standard Duelsense, but it's a little bit different. So what I noticed with this controller over this controller is if you move your analog stick this way, only that half of the controller will vibrate. This half won't vibrate. Like if I put my hand here, there's no vibration on this side, it's only on that side. Whereas this one, the whole controller vibrates. It's a little bit less. Okay guys, so we're redoing that take because it got I messed up my recording. I recorded in like short, like horizontally, and just got messed up. So here's the case. You get paddles, you get bigger thumbsticks, you get standard thumbsticks, and you get this, which is probably the coolest thing about the charging capabilities of this thing. Okay, wait, so let me pause. Okay guys, so the Duelsense Edge is in its case. Now here's it here. Okay, so I'm gonna try and do this one-handed. Don't know if it's gonna work. Lock side up. Really don't want to scratch the top of the case. I mean the top of the edge. Okay, so it's locked, and then you have to go click, and then we locked in place, as you can see. So it is very strong. Like, it's strong. I never close the case, but anyway, it is strong, trust me, don't break yours. Then you unclip it, and then you put that away. But yeah, this is how the Duelsense Edge is. Now let me show you all how to fix stick drift, just so you all don't think I am a clickbaiter. Okay, this thing was giving me some problems. So all you have to do is unclip both sides. You take it out, you look at it, just in case there's some broken pins. If there is some broken pins, then there's really no fix for it. But basically you take it out. I have already done this to mine, so I'm not gonna do it again. I did it a couple times. You blow onto this part, just like how you would the old game cartridge, and then you just slot it back. You blow into there as well, but just don't spit in there or wet it. Just like a light blow, even with a little air compressor, because dust and corrosion does build up, especially if you live on the coast. So you go there, and then you just make sure it's pushed in. Okay, this side I also checked it, and then you double check, you make sure it's in. otherwise it will get some issues if it's not in the hallway. Then you put your case back, and there you have it. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe. I plan on making another video on the monitor tips and tricks, because there are some features of the monitor that we haven't spoken about in the other video, and no other YouTuber has spoken about this, and it's quite a cool feature. It involves that little thumbstick over there on the side. If you see it, you see it. But yeah, here's the monitor, and here's GTA 5, which we are gonna be definitely playing, and I'd like to see you all while we playing. So we're gonna do some live streams, and we're gonna do some playthroughs, and hopefully we can maybe get everyone into one server and just have some fun. Okay guys, take care, see you all in the next one.